here and welcome to a brand new Liverpool video where we will take a look at Liverpool's finances, because Liverpool earned the second most prize money in the Premier League last season. Man City claimed 153 million and Liverpool just earned 2 million less than that. So Liverpool absolutely have to spend some money in the January transfer market, and this is just the Premier League prize money. This does not include the sponsorship deals, the Champions League TV deal money, the Champions League prize money, and everything else. FSG spend some money. What do you think about the owners? Do you think they have backed Jurgen Klopp sufficiently in the transfer market? That's today's big question as well. Let me know in the comments below what do you think about that. Then we will take a look at Jude Bellingham transfer update, Matheus Nunes transfer update, Fabrizio Romano also said some crucial things about Liverpool, and many more Liverpool news. So make sure to stay with this video and listen to it fully to be up to date with all things about Liverpool FC. And of course, if you enjoy these videos, leave a like. I'm having so much fun making these videos. And Norwich City became the first side to earn more than £100 million as a team finishing at the bottom of the Premier League, which is absolutely crazy that a team finishing bottom can earn more than £100 million. So here it is, guys. The total payment that Liverpool received just from the Premier League is £151.8 million, just 1.2 million less than what Manchester City have earned, which is absolutely crazy. Liverpool were televised 29 times. We were shown live the most out of any club in the Premier League, which is absolutely crazy. And also the facility fees, Liverpool earned the most amount, I think, alongside Arsenal, looking at this table. And I mean, even Norwich getting more than 100 million for finishing bottom is absolutely crazy. But actually, this is why the Premier League is so competitive, that from the Premier League prize money there is not much difference. I mean, there's only 53 million difference between the first team and the last team. So Liverpool have enough money to spend on a £100 million midfielder if we want for the January transfer window. So Chelsea earned 145 million, Tottenham earned more than Chelsea, 146, Man United also earned 145, and even West Ham United earned 136 million pounds, which is pretty crazy. Leicester also 128. But I mean, even somebody like Everton and Leeds United, who almost got relegated, they were both very close to being relegated, earned 117 and 115 million pounds. So that's why the Premier League can spend 4 times as much money as leagues like La Liga have spent this summer that just passed, or the Serie A or the Bundesliga. And what is crazy is that in total there has been £2.5 billion given out to the 20 Premier League clubs, and it was rather fairly distributed amongst all the teams. This is why the Premier League is so competitive, and it's one of the best leagues in the world, because even the worst team in the Premier League have some international players and some really good players. What is beyond doubt is that FSG, the Liverpool owners, should be funding Liverpool better, and this is just one of our many revenue streams for the club's owners. We don't count, as I said, the Champions League revenue, the Champions League TV revenue, the Champions League prize money, match day revenue, which is like £2.5 million per game, sponsorship deals, shirt sales. Crazy money when you all add that up, and yet some claim that Liverpool don't have any money to spend in the transfer market. Absolutely crazy. Yes, the player wage bill takes up a lot of this revenue, because Liverpool have one of the highest wage bills, but that's what you have to pay for world-class players. What is very encouraging is that the revenues and the sponsorship deals are improving every year. Liverpool's revenue has grown by roughly 220% since 2013-14. Man United have grown by about 20% in the same period, and now we have caught up with Man United, so we are pretty much level. And that's crazy that Man United had so many unsuccessful seasons when they got knocked out early in club competitions, many of the club competitions, and also Man United have been many times in the Europa League, and yet we still only managed to catch up on their revenue. Our growth, of course, will start to slow now, but we were 7th last year for revenue, I think, in the world. And I don't think FSG have backed Jurgen Klopp sufficiently enough in the transfer market, but what you have to give FSG credit for is that they have turned us into a commercial powerhouse that can rival the biggest clubs in the world. And this is such a big step away from the Hicks and Gillett era, where Liverpool were almost going into administration. It's still unthinkable to this day that Liverpool were on the brink of bankruptcy under the previous owners. And yes, we need to spend big, especially now that some of the team's parts are in need of a refresh, especially a midfielder, and that's evident by Liverpool pursuing Tchouaméni and Bellingham. But we signed some big players before. We signed Alisson, Van Dijk, Darwin Núñez for absolutely huge amounts of money, around 70 million on average those players cost. And also we have been, of course, very successful at finding players with a huge potential and getting them on a very cheap price, like Luis Diaz, Sadio Mane, Mo Salah, Andy Robertson. And we're also bringing through players from the youth academy like Trent Alexander-Arnold. And I think what Liverpool should do is, because we have 8 senior midfielders plus some youngsters in the squad, we should offload and sell some of those players like Naby Keita or Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, some of those who are surplus to requirements. I wouldn't extend James Milner's contract beyond next summer either. And yeah, we should trim down those midfielders and bring in young blood. But of course, the player has to be the right character as well, because if you look at the majority of our squad, the personalities are all quite similar. All of the players are really down to earth, not huge egos, and also they are hardworking, they are honest, and they are family oriented as well, and community oriented as well. You don't see a lot of flashy individual like show off kind of players. So for example, if someone of the right technical ability but the wrong character is available, then Liverpool have a right to not buy him simply because the potential unrest it would cause in the dressing room. And also we don't want to just have short-term thinking, because look where that took Man United in the last like 5 years. This is my favorite comment. That's a lot of money to have 11 dudes kick a ball around, but this is what the market dictates. The Premier League is so popular, it's televised in more than 200 countries around the world, that so many people watch it, so many people go to games, buy merchandise and watch the games, that it is worth this much in today's market. What is crazy is that almost double of this 150 million goes out to player wages, which is absolutely crazy. Fabrizio Romano also tweeted that Liverpool are not planning to send Arthur Melo back to Juventus in January, despite rumors coming from Italy. Arthur is working hard to find the best condition. Stories have been denied on both Liverpool's side and the player's side. Arthur is 100% focused on Liverpool, so there were rumors that Liverpool are planning to send Arthur back to Juventus in January, but that's not true. Now, after Guillaume Baragé, Fabrizio Romano rubbished those claims as well, which is great news. Portuguese media outlets are also reporting that Liverpool are scouting and still watching Matheus Nunes. We were interested in Matheus Nunes in the summer, but I think one of the main reasons why we didn't go for him is that it wasn't Liverpool's first choice. It was Tchouaméni and Jude Bellingham, and we didn't want to spend 50 million on a second choice midfielder. But I think it backfired, and in the end Liverpool brought in Arthur, and even though Nunes just moved to Wolves, Liverpool are scouting him, He scored 1 goal and 2 assists in 7 games so far this season, so he's having a pretty good season in an average Wolves team. And Nunez is viewed at Liverpool as an alternative to Jude Bellingham. So if we get into a bidding war with Jude Bellingham, and the Daily Mail is reporting that Chelsea are going to rival Manchester United and Liverpool in the race to sign Jude Bellingham, and I think this could be a reason why Liverpool miss out on Bellingham, because if Chelsea and Man United offer crazy wages to Bellingham, plus on top of that £100 million in transfer fees to Dortmund, then I don't think Liverpool will be able to compete with that and rival that. Liverpool don't really want to get into a huge bidding war with Chelsea and Man United, and of course the new Chelsea owner will want to keep spending money to strengthen the team, because it looks like they have an incredible amount of money available to them, just like Roman Abramovich. Many people said when Chelsea was taken over that Chelsea will not spend as much money after the new owner takes over, and it hasn't been the case. Chelsea spent the most money, I think, in the summer transfer window, 280 million, something like that. Of course, Liverpool are still hoping to be top of the list when Bellingham contemplates his future ahead of next season. He many times said that his role model, his idol growing up was Steven Gerrard, so I think he was a Liverpool fan growing up, and Liverpool have space for Jude Bellingham in the squad, even if we don't sell any midfielders in the January transfer window. And even though Kevin Kelleher has been out injured all season, Robbie Keane was very impressed with him. Robbie Keane, the former Liverpool and Tottenham striker, said Kelleher is certainly a goalkeeper that should be a number 1, but when you have got a world-class keeper in front of you like Alisson, he will just have to bide his time. And definitely very impressed with him. We have been very lucky in the Irish team that we have really good goalkeepers. I've definitely been impressed with Kevin, just the way he plays, how comfortable, how calm he is in possession of the ball. He has a real presence about him. As I said before, if he didn't have someone like Alisson in front of him, you would imagine he could possibly be number 1. And I think it's crucial that Liverpool have such a great goalkeeper as a number 2, even though he's out injured at the moment. Thankfully, Alisson has been fit. Hopefully, by the time Liverpool come back from the international break, Kelleher will be fit and ready to go. And 2 Liverpool players make the final 40 of a list of a Golden Boy vote. This Golden Boy vote goes to, of course, the best young player in Europe or in the world, and the 2022 Golden Boy Award, Liverpool have Harvey Elliott and Fabio Carvalho in the final 40 contenders for the accolade. And of course, Gavi, Pedri, 2 Barcelona players in there, Jude Bellingham, Camavinga. There is a lot of brilliant under 21 players in European football. So I wish good luck to these 2 players, and these 2 players are the future of Liverpool. I'm convinced that both Harvey Elliott and Fabio Carvalho, if they can avoid serious, like career-threatening injuries, they will go straight to the top. And what an absolute bargain Harvey Elliott already is proving to be, and Carvalho will prove to be an absolute bargain as well. I mean, Carvalho already scored this season a crucial goal against Newcastle. And you can vote on the Tutorsport website for the Golden Boy Award. So actually I will vote for Harvey Elliott, because I think he is the player who has the most chance to win this award. So come on guys, let's make Harvey Elliott or Fabio Carvalho the Golden Boy of 2022. And also it's rumored that Jude Bellingham is already valued at more than £100 million. The economic system estimates that Bellingham could be worth between 150 and 200 million euros. That's crazy, and I don't think Liverpool will pay that amount. And I think Bellingham going to the World Cup will inflate his value even more, because I think he will get a few starts for England at the World Cup, and I really hope he does well. But if he will go for 120, 150 million, I don't see FSG spending that amount on any player, let alone such a talented player like Jude Bellingham. And that's it for today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. A new career mode episode is also dropping later today, so stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching, have a nice day. See you later guys, goodbye.